Hi, this is Peter Corrales from Corrales Law Group.
And I'm Janice Corrales, and we're here on this Saturday morning because we're so excited about the executive action that President Obama released this week. He gave a little general speech to let us know what was going on, and then he also released 10 memos from DHS which gave more information. We've been receiving a lot of calls already as to this because everybody wants to prepare and wants to know what to do. There is more specific details that they gave us through these memos, and Peter sat and dissected through all of them to be able to give you more information. So Peter, do you want to talk a little bit more about some of the exciting changes?
Sure. So the Department of Homeland Security actually released various memos that same night that detail a lot of the changes that are going to be happening. Now, as we've been following the news, we know that about 3 million people will be affected by these changes. President Obama did touch on the basics, but there's a lot of other things that were released in these memos. For instance, there's going to be some changes to provisional waivers now. Permanent residents will be eligible for provisional waivers, and also the president has asked Department of Homeland Security to redefine what extreme hardship means. There's a lot of little details that we'll be dissecting as time goes along, but we'll actually be making videos giving information of specifics as they come available to us. There's 10 memos, so there's no way we could give all this information in one video, but we are very excited about these changes, and it will affect a lot of families and a lot of people that have been in the United States for a long time. There have been some concerns that this is a temporary solution, and that if a Republican president or if the Republican Congress comes in and makes changes, this will undo all this. But as Janice will explain, there are some things that attorneys can do to make some of these changes permanent.
Yeah. It also has to do, there was one little change that had to do with advance parole, and that's already been in place, but the president actually issued a memo to make it permanent with the executive action. So just to put it in writing, the court case. But I wanted to address DACA right now. We're going to get into it more specifically, but one of the big changes for deferred action is that they took off the age cap, and that's great because there were so many people that were unfairly affected by the 31-year-old age cap. That's not in place. So if you were 32 and got left out last time, you can be included this time. And on top of that, we get YouTube questions all the time about, I got here in 2008, can I still qualify? And you couldn't. Now you can, because it's going to be starting in 2010 instead of 2007. So that's going to cover a lot more people, so a lot more people will be eligible for deferred action. Of course, you have to make sure you meet all the other eligibility requirements, like the criminal history aspect of it, so you should consult with someone, but it's going to cover a lot more people. So anyone who got left out for age or for when they got here can be included. Now, the most exciting part, I think, is the part that covers the parents. So do you want to talk a little bit more about the parents part?
Sure, absolutely. So part of President Obama's executive action is going to help a lot of people that we personally have seen so many cases where there's no relief for the person. They don't qualify for residency or any such things, even though they've been in the country a long time. So part of this executive order covers parents of U.S. citizens or permanent residents. And the way that this right now, the way that we understand it is that any person that has been here for 5 years, basically since 2010, has no criminal history. The crimes will be fleshed out a little later, but right now if you have no criminal history,
no serious criminal history,
serious criminal history, you've been here for 5 years, you have a child that's a permanent resident or a citizen, you will qualify for a deferred status, which is very similar. The way that they've been describing it will be very similar to the deferred action program, and we'll be making a video specifically on this topic, so I suggest that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also we'll be making two more videos today, actually, one on the deferred action to talk a little bit more about specifics, and one on the changes to the family members of U.S. citizens. So stay tuned and please subscribe. Thank you.